Hi there. Since I posted my Ethereum video and have been posting blockchain and cryptocurrency thoughts online, I've been getting many emails of different people with roughly the same questions. So I thought it prudent to do a video responding to these questions and concerns many people seem to have. So in very basic and quick terms, what is blockchain and cryptocurrency? Blockchain is also known as distributed ledger technology. It is consensus or replicated, shared and synchronized digital data spread across multiple computers. Similar to how BitTorrent works. There are a variety of peer-to-peer networks that have no centralized servers. A blockchain is a continuously growing list of records, called blocks, which are linked and secured using cryptography over a decentralized network. The benefits of this is unhackable zero downtime system, unless someone cuts the internet fiber cables. Another benefit is 100% trust, because a transaction can never be undone or changed or hacked. If you send a cryptocurrency to a wrong address, there is nobody to phone or email, no tangible way of undoing it. It's that secure. Cryptocurrencies are various technical solutions that sit on or within a blockchain platform. For example, Bitcoin currency sits on the Bitcoin blockchain, and Bitcoin simply moves value around anonymously. Other cryptocurrencies do much more and are more complex, but we will come to that. There are hundreds of cryptocurrencies at the moment, with new ones launching nearly every day, with most being large-scale solutions in their infancy. I see the word cryptocurrency as slightly misleading. The word currency in the subconscious brings up fiat and cash. I think it's better to call all of these blockchain-based crypto tokens. There are three main types of crypto tokens: platform ecosystems, smart contracts, decentralized apps, and of course currencies, making it four. Most are not designed to be solely a currency. So why is all of this disruptive technology? What can it actually replace? Well, it can remove middlemen, authority, governments, courts. It simply reduces the role of governments and central banks and banks. It can remove greedy payment systems like PayPal and Swift, and it's so much quicker too. It can replace digital security and digital storage. It can improve all types of transactions, even things like supply chain management and ticketing, prediction markets and online gambling, voting, leading towards self-governance. Legal agreements can change, including real estate, getting rid of all the middlemen. Things like healthcare records, privacy, one's online presence can become anonymous. Even the model of how electricity and energy is distributed and paid for can change. The economy between, say, musicians, artists, events and fans, this can all change. Social media can all change, as can quick messaging. Why should a company like WhatsApp collect and look at what everyone is saying to each other? These blockchain tokens can change how retail works, job seeking, crowdfunding. It can change how ISPs work, and even how the backbone of the internet works itself, by maybe replacing things like DNS servers. These blockchain tokens give self-empowerment, as one owns the private keys to one's own banking, one's own social media, and one's online messaging, etc. It all threatens people like Microsoft, the banks, Google, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, eBay, Uber, Airbnb, and the elite. Have a think about smartphones. I have a new smartphone, and nearly every app wants to access contacts, photos, the microphone and camera. It's really crazy, and I want out of this. I mean, there's a new smartphone coming out soon that will use an open source model running on a unique blockchain that is not iOS or Android. So what would I say to those who think this is all a bubble? Well, a bubble is when something is over-adopted, but money keeps piling in. The dot-com bubble was not a bubble for many years. It took years before it was over-adopted and was still being over-invested into. The crypto sphere is still mostly startups, and many are at present just ideas and a roadmap with a prototype still being developed. This is nowhere near being a bubble, as it's hardly adopted. Some say it's just internet money backed by nothing. To answer this, let us first look at fiat currency. If the dollar was looked at as a crypto token, it would look really bad. Supply is unpredictable. They keep flooding the system with billions of new dollar tokens backed by nothing. It is massively centralized and massively inflationary. Nobody would invest if this was a new crypto token. In 1970, Richard Nixon signed the Bank Secrecy Act and turned dollar into a system of control. In 1971, gold stopped backing the dollar, and the dollar became backed by just a bank's promise. But in reality, the dollar was never really backed by gold. It was backed by trust. We can't eat or go to the shop with gold. We trust it as we are used to trusting it. It's in the collective consciousness. Gold is backed by historical trust, and that is its store of value. So after 1971, fiat was officially backed by nothing, save for trust in the central banks and central authorities. And recently we realised that all of these are corrupt. They lie, manipulate, and they steal. And currently only 60% of the world has a bank account, and something like 0.001% are illegally allowed to invest into the fiat finance matrix. The value of the fiat system doesn't flow freely down or sideways, it stays top heavy. The current finance system is surrounded by regulation, but this is more like law enforcement to protect the corrupt system. And don't kid yourself, your fiat is digital, your bank account is digital, and you don't even own the private keys. Just go to your bank and try and withdraw a few $1,000. You'll need an appointment and an interview to explain why you want your money. So this dollar is not a stable store of value, especially because it is $20 trillion in debt, and this debt can only grow. The fiat currency system is on its last legs. Many blockchain-based crypto token solutions have utility and solution within them. They overcome real-world problems. They overcome real toxicity in the world, and they have trust within them via cryptography and algorithms. They are very storable and very transferable, so therefore they hold inherent value. JP Morgan, just a few weeks ago, he started dissing Bitcoin, and then the price dropped, and then JP Morgan themselves bought millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. And this should tell you something. Some are even saying crypto is controlled by the elite. It's an agenda for a controlled cashless society, and some even say it's the mark of the beast. Now, I understand that someone who doesn't yet understand blockchain-based crypto tokens seeing it this way. But however, each blockchain-based crypto token solution is created by different people for different reasons. So to say it is all controlled is crazy. Many crypto tokens are very disruptive tech and are very anti-system. The team behind them, and also the inherent technology itself. The fact is that the elite are behind banks, fiat and credit. But yes, they do want to get into blockchain, and even have an elite-backed banking crypto token called Ripple. Japan's government are going to soon bring out their own blockchain-based crypto token, the J-coin, and I think Dubai and other countries are doing the same soon. But you will always have a choice to go into a mainstream bank's own blockchain-based crypto token with fees, an ID and a postal address, or join a disruptive private and anonymous token like Monero, for instance. Have a think about what would happen if people decided to exit the fiat system themselves. What would happen if people want to exit the current voting system themselves and replace these systems with decentralized systems designed to empower people and remove toxic corruption? If nobody plays in the house of cards, it starts to fall. In Catalonia the other day, if they used a blockchain voting system, the fascist Guardia Civil from Spain couldn't have gone in there and ripped up ballot papers or blocked polling stations. But much of the online truther crowd states blockchain is rubbish without doing the required research. Try and create a Bitcoin out of thin air. It's not easy. It takes a lot of processing and electricity to create one Bitcoin. It needs to be mined, just like gold. And this is why blockchain-based crypto tokens are becoming a safe haven, with over $150 billion invested in the sphere at this very moment. I see it as people will soon earn crypto for their creativity and their services, and then pay for things in crypto, with no middlemen or privacy leaks, and they can create contracts and agreements on the blockchain. And this is a big step forward for humanity. Okay, so out of the 300 or so decent tokens out there, which ones am I looking at? Well, I have holdings in about 20 tokens. I like the tokens linked to whole platform ecosystems, the actual infrastructure of other tokens, platforms that other tokens can sit upon. I also like tokens that will help create real-world adoption through a revolution in the way we do transactions without a middleman. I also like some of the decentralized applications, one where you can rent out some of your memory or hard disk space or processor power of your home computer, others which are lending themselves to voting and self-governance, other decentralized apps where you have private messaging, others that will replace things like Dropbox and Google Drive. I'm also looking at another token which is about mobile phones being on the internet pretty much without paying. Some people will even say much of the current top 100 crypto tokens will change in the coming year. And this is possible as, remember, the first apps that appeared on the iStore and Google Play, they were nearly all improved upon and were replaced. So this is a highly volatile and progressive sphere with massive percent swings each week. So where do I see blockchain going in the coming years? It is a fact that blockchain is coming and will be massive. It's a wave that's unstoppable, so it's wise listeners spend some time looking into it and aligning with this wave rather than fighting it. And really the only way to fight this wave is to stay in fiat and remain loyal to central banks. And that's hardly revolutionary. Now, transaction and investment dynamics run in three cycles. 1, you have the early adopters. 2, the big money comes in. And 3, the masses get involved. It's between 2 and 3 where things really rise, and now we're just really sitting between 1 and 2. I see crypto a bit like placing 20 or so surfboards in the sea ready for a giant wave coming around mid-2018, where a big shift from fiat money to crypto holdings will come along. In as little as 5 years we could cease to be divided by national currencies, but by what blockchains we are using, and then the silly divide in nations starts to get less prominent. The trajectory is that the blockchain will displace fractional banking. My conceptual fiction book, The Re-Emergence of Man, was very anti-transhumanism, but in it I said technology was not bad itself, it's just whether it is in the wrong hands or not. Blockchain moves technology back to the people, to empower people. Personally, I'd rather a heart-based economy, but humanity is nowhere near that, so we have to take something that is better than the current system and evolve in small steps. Now, I've been helping many people online with questions related to blockchain-based crypto token solutions, even strangers, so I want to create a way I can help more people understand this sphere, to know what they can do and how they can benefit. Look at this image. The crypto sphere is only 150 billion market cap, and the dot-com bubble went up to 6.7 trillion. You do the maths. MK Crypto is a 30-minute audio Skype service I offer where I can answer questions on how to enter the blockchain-based crypto token solution sphere, how to understand tokens, wallets and private keys, how to adapt and manage your personal crypto portfolio that suits you and your life, how to create successful privacy and security that avoids scams and hacking. Paranoia with crypto online it's wise. And how and why to enter what ICOs, which are initial coin offerings, the launch of new coins. On the screen you'll see some reasons as to why it could be a benefit to use this service. If this is something that interests you, please see the details in the description below. And remember, before coming to conclusions, do your research.